This week on Snapshot, we look at the 20th anniversary of Spaced, our top film pick of the week, and James has an encounter with a certain horrible goose. Hi, I'm Charlie and welcome to Snapshot, your weekly news roundup for all screen-based entertainment. First up, Ghost of Sugarland.
It is more heartbreaking for me to know that he really believes the things that he says.
This deeply personal and moving story explores living with the aftermath of a close friend defecting to ISIS. This short-form documentary is directed, written by and stars Bassam Tariq. We contacted the Texas native to hear it straight from the source why he wanted to tell his story. I had a desire to share a portrait of my friends through the lens of disappearance and loss. They didn't want to be filmed, but putting on masks made it easier for them to speak freely. We are all hugely paranoid as well, and afraid of guilt by association. I love my friends and wanted to celebrate them. Here with me now is our director, Sara. She's the one that brought this documentary to our attention. So, Sara, how did you come across this film?
I was scrolling through the recommended upcoming Netflix titles and it just looked really interesting. From the get-go, the posters, I was like, wow, that is something I need to watch at some point.
And what was your takeaway from the story? So why do you think it's so important to look at this kind of story from this perspective?
It shows radicalisation in a really honest way, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it was just a guy who wanted to learn more about a religion but went to the wrong places for his information. And that's how easy it can be sometimes to become entangled with these groups.
Thanks for that, Sara. Ghost of Sugarland is available to stream on Netflix now. This summer marked the 20th anniversary of Spaced, directed by Edgar Wright and co-written by Simon Pegg and Jessica Hynes. The show centres around two 20-somethings living in London who pretend to be in a relationship together so they can rent a flat. Spaced first hit our screens in 1999, an experimental time for Channel 4, which let the showrunners essentially make whatever niche sequences they envisioned. The show is currently available to stream in its entirety for free on all four. Is the rise of indie games upon us? James is in a village in Kent to explore more about a certain indie game taking the world by storm.
Hi, I'm James on the Hunt, and this is my Untitled Goose Report. It's the 20th September 2019. It's a lovely day in the village, but not for long. There's a horrible goose on the loose and it's taken the world by storm. How has a small indie sandbox game about being a goose garnered the success it has? Well, let's look at its target demographic. It's basically everyone. Little kids can enjoy pretending to be a goose and terrorising a village, where there are also several puzzles that adults can enjoy. Another factor that played into the success of the game has been support from the internet. Since the release of the trailer last year in August, support was almost instant and only peaked with the game's release. We asked the Bird fan group on Facebook what they thought of the goose, and here's what they said. I enjoy the relatively benign anarchy. I'm a 43-year-old gamer and I've been hyped for the game since I saw the announcement in 2018. Angel said, it's simple, it's cute, it lets you be mischievous without the human repercussions. And possibly the most honest response of all, I like that game because it allows me to be a rude ass fucker without any real consequences, and I can go honk and it scares people. So, we know what the people think of the goose, but what do the geese think? How do you feel about how, as a goose, you've been represented by Untitled Goose Game? Do you think that this is the publicity that you've been needing, or has it painted you out to be a bad guy? That's all from me here at Capralama Farm. I've been James on the Hunt. Back to you in the studios.
Nice one, James. That brings us to our film pick of the week. Our spotlight this week is on Mira Folks' directorial debut, Judy and Punch. This Australian-made project follows a couple who are trying to revive and make successful their puppet show. The film premiered at the London Film Festival on the 12th of October, but it will be in cinemas nationwide from the 22nd of November. That's all we have time for this week at Snapshot. The links to everything we've talked about are in the description below. Be sure to subscribe so you're in the know for our next weekly roundup.